Coming up on today's show, we are discussing how to practice your vision. Hello, darlings, and welcome to Wake Up and Show Up Live. I am your host, Portia Scott, and this is your daily show, giving you a daily dose of inspiration and empowerment. How is everyone doing on this Wednesday? Can you believe we are here already? Hello, darling. Hello to everyone that's joining. Rena, thank you so much for joining, darling. How is everyone doing? Thank you. John is on. Paula, thank you so much for joining, darling. How is everybody on this Wednesday? So one of the things that we always do is I always ask you, what are you grateful for? And I believe I'll probably continue to ask you that for the length of the show, because I think it's so important that even in the midst of craziness going on, that there is always a glimmer of hope. There's always something to be grateful for, because what does it do? It changes our perspective. It changes our perspective on things. One of the things that I'm so grateful for is a community, my own personal. I'm thankful for you guys, but I'm thankful for my community of people that I can go to and people that I can just breathe and talk about things with. I think it's so important that God did not create man for him to be alone. We know that when he talks about that, he's talking about Adam. But listen, man often is referred to as human, mankind. And I don't believe that he made mankind to be alone, because he would have never found it so significant that Adam had an Eve. So listen, I don't want you to do life alone as well. So if you want to do life with us, if you want to stay connected to the community, I ask that you text the phrase "wake up" to 31996. That's "wake up" to 31996. To stay in touch with us and let us know how are things going. This is also the way that we stay in touch to ensure that you know when a podcast episode is live, or that you know when we're live right here, a live show is going on. So that is our announcements for today. How is everyone doing, darling? You know how we do it. If someone is saying something good to you, if it's resonating with you, if I say something that's good, what do we put in the comments? Hello, darling. That's how we know that things are good. Susan, thank you so much for joining, darling. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about practicing your. You guys, I am so sorry. I literally don't know who's at my door at 12 o'clock. But if you hold on for just one moment, unfortunately, who's at the door? Can you believe it? Can you believe that somebody is like, and they keep knocking, so they clearly know I'm here. All right, guys, if you just give me one moment, I promise I will be right back, because guess what? I got to figure out who's at my door now. Look at it. This is a hot mess. Hold on. Hello? Hi. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. You too. All right, guys. I am so sorry. Did you guys stay on? That is a mess. So listen to this. Listen. Look at this. I got an edible arrangement. I love you. You guys, thank you so much for staying on. Oh my goodness. So this is from, I already know who it's from, because who else is going to send me an edible arrangement and say, I love you? Take this on the pet. Oh, this is so sweet. So you guys, I told you, I am super excited that I have a community, and that community sometimes only exists of my husband. So John Henry Scott III, I absolutely love you. Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you for holding on. Thank you for listening as I went to the door. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. As you guys can see, I am blushing all over because I thought that was super sweet. I'm going to talk about this a little bit in what we talked about. He is so thoughtful. He's actually working at the church, and so he sent this to me. But listen, I want to start with this quote. It says, "When I dare to be powerful, to use my strength in the service of my vision, then it becomes less and less important whether I'm afraid." Audre Lorde. You guys, that is amazing. That is amazing. I absolutely love this quote. And one of the things I wanted to talk about was vision. Vision, vision, vision. Listen, listen, listen. If there's something that you have a vision for, I want you to put in the comments, "Hello, darling," because you know how we do. I want to see what it is that your vision is. So let me know if there's anybody with vision, any kind of vision, a vision for your family, a vision for your finances, a vision for your career, a vision for your business. Put it, say hello, 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 darling. That's what we say when we are in here. David, thank you so much for joining. And so vision is an incredible word, right? And I think it's very important that when we talk about vision, we understand the difference between vision and sight, because we will get it all mixed up. Because if we have a sight for something, that just means that I can see something that is right in front of me, right? I can see what's right in front of me. So right here, I have my phone. I can see that somebody showed me that they love me because they just bought me an edible arrangement. I can see that. But vision says that I can see that whether or not it's in front of me. Whether or not it's in front of me, I can still see it. So when I'm creating a vision, it may not necessarily line up with what is going on right now. It may absolutely be the very opposite of what I see right now. So when we're talking about vision, remember, it is very different from sight. Because sight is what I'm able to see that is exactly right in front of me. Vision is the ability to see the future, not like a psychic or a soothsayer, but I have the ability to see things that are not in front of me, but I am able to see them supernaturally. I am able to see them spiritually. I am able to see what the future holds, even if it looks different from what's going on in my current situation. I am able to see the way that they should be. Vision is being able to see the way that things should be. So if I was having a tough day today and I was not feeling unloved, but if I was having a day where I was feeling unloved, then that's what I can see, because that's what's happening. But if I have a vision that I am going to be somebody that somebody's going to love, then that doesn't matter. It doesn't change how I feel, because my vision is able to see the future. And so one of the ways that we do that is through our words. Hello, darling. The way we do that is through our words, and words become pictures. That's why words are so impactful and so powerful, is because words become pictures. Words are the pictures, and they create the images that we want to see. My words have the ability to create the images that I want to see. Why is it that we have affirmations? Why is it that we have declarations? The reason why we have those things is because our words are creating a picture in our minds. It is creating the picture in our minds of what it is that I want to see. That is the only reason for a declaration. It is not just so you can have something to say, but it is saying that the words on this paper, that the words on this sticky note are going to become the vision that I see. That, yeah, my money may be funny and my change is strange, but I have a vision for where it is that I want to go, because my vision is able to see my future, and my sight is only there so that I can see the very thing that is in front of me. And so when we talk about having these three words, it is, I want to ask you, what are those three words? Just 3 words for this week. 3 words for this week. That's it. That's what I would challenge you. For this week, I have 3 words. My 3 words are peace, clarity, and family. Those are my 3 words. Peace, Clarity and family. Why? Because my peace is being settled. That I need to be settled no matter what my vision or my sight sees. I want to make sure that I'm settled. Clarity is seeing clearly. I don't have to know exactly how I'm going to get there. I just need to know where I'm going. That's so important for me, clarity. And then family, not in this order, but you guys know my family is the reason why at 39 years old, I stepped away from an amazing corporate career doing something that I love was because I wanted to have more time or responsibility, control over my time. And this, my entrepreneur journey, has given me the opportunity to do that. But in the midst of that, I still need my peace and I still need my clarity. And so I want to talk about this because vision is seen day and night. So it's so easy to see the vision when things are clear in the day, when things are good, when things are happening, when you are clear because you are not drowned out by anything else. But it is important that you have night vision, that you are so inundated in your vision and what you want to see that you can turn all the lights off and I still know how to get there. So last night, we live in our house. We have an open concept. So we have the living room, the kitchen, this area. It is all in the same area. It's completely open. And so last night I was turning off the lights. And when I began to turn off the lights, everything, I still needed to turn on the light in the kitchen, but I was in the living room. I turned off the light in the kitchen room, in the kitchen room, in the living room. And I was able to navigate my way. I didn't stump my toe. I didn't hit the corner of my dining room. I didn't hit the corner of my breakfast bar. I didn't run into anything. I didn't hit the cabinets. I mean, I knew the straight path. Why? Because I know where I live. I know my vision. So you can cut all the lights off, that it could be highs or lows, but I still have a straight path to get to where I need to get to. And that, my friends, is when your words have now created the picture of your vision, is that you can turn the lights off, is that I can be high, I can be low, it can be hard, it can be easy. It does not matter, but my vision is still my vision. And so the important part is that we continue to be able to have our vision in our sights. My vision needs to be like a sniper rifle. And let me tell you something about snipers. There are certain qualifications for snipers as well. Like you have to have 20/20 vision without any help. You have to have 20/20 vision without any glasses or any contacts. I don't have the 20/20 outside of the contacts and the glasses, but snipers, they have to have that because they have to be able to be so locked in to their target. There are certain breathing techniques that they have. There are certain trainings that they have so that they are so inundated on their target that nothing stops them, that they're able to see how the wind is blowing. So they're able to know when things are changing, when the tide and the currents are changing, when they can pull the trigger and when they can't. They know it so well that at night, even when you put on night vision goggles, they know their target so well that it doesn't matter that you turn the lights off. They can still see what's happening. And that's why it's so important to have vision. Because it's no longer my eyes guiding me, right? But it's my ability to be locked in on my vision, that you can drop me in the middle of my living room, turn me around 10 times, cut the lights off, that I still am clear about where I'm going. That's vision. Vision is seen in the day, but it's also seen at night. It's seen when the lights are turned on, and it's much easier to see because now you don't really have to be reminded of your vision during the day when it's easy, when the clouds are not there, when the sun is shining. It's much, much easier to see it. But at night, that is the challenge. That's when you're challenged that, do you really want this? Is this really what you want? Is this really your why? When the lights are turned out and you have to navigate that vision without things always being clear. And so that's why it's so important that you know what your vision is and that your vision is your vision. And so if your vision is for your family to have saved up an emergency fund of 6 months, but somebody else has 12 months, that is great. great for Sally. That is great for Jennifer. That is great for Keisha. But for me and my household, we're going to start here. And we're going to be so locked in on that vision that it doesn't matter what you're doing because I'm so locked into my vision. So you could turn my lights off, not, turn the lights off, turn me around, and I'm still locked and loaded into what it is that I'm going to do. I know that, maybe it is that you wanted to write a book and then somebody else is writing a book too. That's fine, because the premise, the purpose of my book isn't going to change because somebody else is doing something. No. My vision is so clear to me that you can turn the lights off and I'm able to navigate in that vision. And then the last thing is we got to practice our words. We got to practice our vision. What are you saying? I am saying that practice doesn't make perfect, but perfect practice tailored to your outcome makes perfect. Perfect practice tailored to your outcome makes perfect. And so we don't want to just practice stuff to be practicing it, but we want to have perfect practice. We want to be precise. When a sniper goes to practice, he doesn't say that if I don't hit the bullseye, that's all right, because I'm just practicing. He practices until he's able to hit that bullseye every single time. Why? Because his life depends on it. Because his unit's life depends on it. Absolutely. Because everything that he does depends on his ability to perfectly practice his craft. Whatever the craft is. If it's, oh my goodness, I'm gonna write me some poems, I'm gonna write me some quotes. Well, you perfectly practice that. You practice your craft. You get it right. You fine tune it. You calibrate it so that it fits in what your purpose is. And so it's so important that we practice, because it's not enough to practice during the day. Because oftentimes we practice when it's easy. We practice when we want to. We practice when we're excited. We're practice when we're happy. But perfect practice means I'm going to practice when I don't want to get up. I'm going to practice when it's hard. I'm going to practice when they tell me no. I'm going to practice when I'm feeling defeated. I'm going to practice when I'm overwhelmed. I'm going to practice when I'm stressed out. I'm going to practice when I'm hurt. I'm going to practice when I'm down. So we have to make sure that we're practicing during the day, but also that we're practicing during the night. Listen to this. This morning, I woke up and I was just icky. I don't know what was, I can't even tell you, I can't even pinpoint why I felt icky, but I did. I woke up and I didn't feel lifted, and I did my devotion, but I didn't want to. I prayed, but I didn't want to. I listened to my worship music. I didn't want to. I got up to work out. I worked out, but I didn't want to. I kept on doing it. I kept practicing, because even in the midst of the night, even in the midst of not wanting to, it doesn't matter how I feel when I'm practicing, as long as I keep doing it. Because I have to understand that it's not just going to be easy all the time. It's not going to be fun all the time, but the discipline and the vision is birthed when I don't always want to do it, but I'm committed to practicing my words. I'm committed to saying my affirmations, my declarations. I am committed to my devotions, even when I don't want to. So it's not a thing that you get or we get to decide that, you know what, it's just, because we will never have perfect practice. So you got to practice when they talk about you. You got to practice when they're telling you no. You got to practice when you're feeling like a failure. You got to practice when you're feeling overwhelmed. You got to practice when you're excited. You got to practice when the contracts are coming in. You got to practice when the money is in, because perfect practice makes perfect. But it is that practice that's tailored to your purpose, because I can practice like somebody else, but that ain't my purpose. And so I will not be effective. I will not be able to impact the world, as Godfrey said, in a positive way. So it's so important that I practice, that we keep practicing our words, that we keep practicing our vision, that we keep going back to our vision, that we keep going back to our words, that we have sticky notes, that we have what we need so that we can continue to practice. You just practice, because perfect practice makes dreams come true. Perfect practice makes dreams come true. And so that's why it's so important that we are discussing, practicing our vision. What does that look like? That's exactly what it looks like. That you know that there's something that you believe in God for, that you have written down. The reason why we have vision boards is just so that you can see where you can go. It is to give you exposure, even if you've never been there. That's what a vision board is. It is to give you exposure to something you have never seen before. It is allowing your pictures to paint the vision that you see. That's what a vision for a board is. Affirmation is just creating the images that you want to see. If it's in your finances, if it's in your family, then you say those words that line up with your vision. And then you want to make sure that you're practicing that vision day and night, because it is that discipline that really starts to create the thing that you want to see. I have tomato trees outside that I just started growing probably like 3 weeks ago, and they were like this big. And I watered them, and it has rained on them, and it has done all kind. The wind has been blowing on them, and all of it's been scorching hot on them. And as long as I continue to tend to them, they have continued and continued and continued to grow. Tend to your vision. Create those 3 words that you're going to speak over your life. Not a full sentence, just those 3 words that are going to remind you that I have a vision that I'm going forward to. And then remember, you practice those words in the day and practice them at night. When you don't want to, you still do it, because you are creating a discipline. And oftentimes we have not created these disciplines in our spirits. We have not created these disciplines, which is why it's so easy that something happened and we like, oops, that wasn't the vision. Oops, that wasn't what I was supposed to be doing. No. It was, but you made a decision that you didn't want to see your vision at night. And so you pick up something else. And then night comes and you're like, oh, that ain't the one either. And so you put that down and picks. No. We want to be focused. We want to be laser sharp focused on our visions. And we want to make sure that we're practicing it, that you're getting the tools that you need, that you're getting the knowledge and the skills that you need, that you're understanding your purpose and your vision for how you're going to show up in the world and impact humanity. You guys, this has been amazing. Thank you so much for joining. Cynthia says, yes, Lord, bullseye. Godfrey says, to affect the world in a positive way. Yes. Mommy says, hello, darling. Chasmin says, hello, darling. Stefana says, affirmations are so important. Absolutely. Yes. Hello, Juanita. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you guys so much for joining. You guys know how we do. We don't end any show without saying our declaration, right? We don't end any show. But before we end the show, I want to make sure that you guys are going over to take our survey. You know, one of the things that I want to be able to serve you in just a great capacity. How do I get there? Well, I get there from your feedback. You telling me what it is that you want to hear, some of the interviews that we're hearing. We're going to be changing this show up just a little bit in the next coming weeks. Next week, we have an incredible show for Father's Day. So we are interviewing fathers. We're going to have some amazing men on the show that are coming in. We are talking about fatherhood. June is men's health month. And so I think it's so important that we shower our fathers, that we shower the men in our lives with love and attention and affection. And so that's what we are doing this month, next week. But also on Sunday, you know, we have our weekly COVID-19 update. We're changing the name a little bit and we're calling it Wake Up Well. We are still going to give you your weekly COVID-19 update. It's going to be in the beginning of the show, and then we are going to jump right into the show talking about men's health. So I want you to grab your uncles, grab your husbands, grab your brothers, grab your friends, grab your fathers, grab whoever is a man in your life and bring them over on Sunday so that they can hear. It's going to be an all-male panel, and they're going to be talking about men's health physiologically, but also mentally. So I think it's going to be just so important and so great that we have a platform that we're going to be able to highlight men in that way. Men's health. We want our men to live long and strong. And so the way we do that is bringing that information. Paula, thank you so much. I did see that you did the survey. Thank you so much. And you did tell me somebody to reach out to, that we are in the process of putting all that together. So I definitely thank you. Well, you guys, listen, I want you to have an incredible, incredible day. And we end every show with this declaration: waking up is automatic. Showing up is intentional. Today, I will show up. I'll see you tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel.